What are we doing paying these high-end prices when we have makeup like this? What are we doing? Hey everyone, welcome back. My name is Carmel, and in today's video, I am sharing with you some incredible drugstore makeup. I'm just going to say it. This makeup makes me question why I am spending money on high-end luxury makeup, because this stuff is just as good, if not better. So if you would love to see these incredible drugstore products, then please do keep on watching. So today you are going to see a mixture of drugstore makeup that I've already tested and reviewed on the channel, or makeup that I have been reviewing recently, and today I want to share with you. So the first thing that we're going to do today is prep our skin. We need to prep our skin really well today for the foundation that we're going to be using. So in terms of skin prep, well, I have dry skin, so for me it's all about hydration. On the face, I'm just going to go in with my Embryolisse Lait-Crème concentrate. I am getting the last little bits out of this tube before I break open my new one. This is a little bit more expensive because you get loads in this. So it's like a moisturizer primer in a lotion type form. It's so good. Honestly, I've been reaching for this more than my Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream. I think this was €21, I think, for the big one, but you can get little versions for around about €8. This is really, really hydrating, but super lightweight. And I find that it really helps to blur the skin, to blur the pores, and to just, honestly, my makeup goes on so beautifully afterwards, I can't even tell you. It's non-sticky, it sinks into the skin really, really quickly, and yeah, it's just the perfect base for my makeup. In terms of specific primers, I don't always use one because I don't always need one. However, there has been one primer that I've been reaching for. Now, it's not drugstore, but it is the same price as some drugstore primers. So it's the Sephora collection Hydrate and Glow. Please don't rule out the Sephora collection range. They can be really, really affordable. I think this retails for about 15 or 16 euros, which is roughly the same price as a Maybelline or a L'Oreal primer. So I am going to use this today because it is the best primer for hydration that I've ever used, honestly. So this is, I guess I'm cheating a little bit today by using this, but don't rule out the Sephora collection because they are priced just the same as the drugstore in a lot of circumstances. I mean, you know as well as I do that drugstore prices are going up so much. And look at this, it just gives me a really lovely glow and just loads of hydration. Now, obviously, if you've got oilier skin, then you're not going to go in with something like this. Well, I don't think you'd want to. You will probably prefer maybe a mattifying primer that is going to help reduce or keep those oils at bay. But if you are dry like me, this is absolutely fantastic. While we let the skin sit for a little minute, we're just going to finish off the eyebrows. I have filled them in already, but I want to go back in with this product that I reviewed recently and I really liked it, but it wasn't my absolute favorite. But honestly, it's really becoming a favorite. I've been picking it up most days. This is the Maybelline Super Lock Brow Glue. So I do think that the best way to apply this is to pop it on first and then fill in your eyebrows, which isn't normally the way that I do my eyebrows because I have to fake the brow hairs. But today I didn't have a brow filling drugstore product, so I am just going to use this now after I've already filled in my brows. But this is so good. Oh my goodness. And the great thing about this, so this is in clear, but this is available in different shades as well. So I think you can get I don't know if is there maybe 4 or 5 different shades of this. I'm not sure. I know there's a few, and this just keeps your eyebrows in place all day, and it definitely helps to give me fuller looking eyebrows, which I do not have. And the best thing about this is there's no white cast. Your eyebrows don't feel sticky, they don't feel heavy, they don't feel hard. It's so weightless and beautiful. So yeah, I mean, my other favorite is the NYX Brow Glue, which is the Crazy Lift, which I love. But this is rivaling it. It really is. Yes, so this brow glue, it's absolutely as good as what people say it is. And if you have tried the tinted version, you'll have to let me know if you love it. Obviously, I've not tried the tinted version because I've got nothing to tint. But yes, the clear, all day long, I would recommend this. At the back end of 2025, I found my Holy Grail concealer, which is the Maybelline Lifter Serum Concealer, the newest concealer from Maybelline. And I know that you are sick of me talking about this, but this is literally the best concealer I've ever used, ever. And look at my eyes. Look at how much I have to deal with, especially on this eye. It's dark, it's veiny, it's thin. Troublesome, and it's wrinkly as well. Don't forget the wrinkles. So it's very hard for me to find a concealer that covers everything, that doesn't make me look 50 years older than what I actually am. But I've been using what I can only describe as my perfect combination under my eyes. So I have the shade 35 and 50 in the Lifter Concealer. However, none of them are perfect. So the 35 is too light and the 50 is too dark. So what I've been doing is I've been using just a teeny weeny bit of this colour corrector, which, as you know, is my absolute favourite. This is the Morphe Wakeup Artist Colour Corrector, but they also have concealer shades as well. This is in the shade 02 Peach. So together they kind of make the perfect shade. Now, I don't always go in with the Morphe Colour Corrector because I don't need to. I will just go in with this Maybelline. If I want a concealer to cover everything and to still look smooth and hydrated under my eyes, I'm going in with this concealer. And it's so funny because when I first tried this, I absolutely thought it was going to be a disaster because it's so thick, but it blends so beautifully. It's so nice. So here is 02 Peach and here is 35 in the Lifter Concealer. So what I've been doing is I've been using kind of a little mix of the two of them. Just taking a BK Beauty A506 brush and I'm going to tap in to the Morphe and I'm just going to tap in just a little bit under the eyes and under the other eye as well. And that will help to neutralize quite a lot of the darkness. And then I'm going to go into that little swatch and I'm just going to place the 35 under my eyes. And this is just fantastic. It really is. It's my absolute #1 concealer and I have a lot of concealers. I feel like it's that one category where I have a lot of loves, but there's not one that is ticking every single box. There's ones that do come very, very close, but there's always something missing. Whereas I think this one, I think it's because it gives me the coverage and because it just stays so smooth. Now, we need to be realistic, and I know, again, you're sick of me saying this, but if you have lines under your eyes and you put product there, there's a chance that the product is going to sit into them. And there's nothing wrong with concealer just slipping into a few lines because you can just pat it out. And that's what I do. I don't have perfect under eyes. So unless you are 12 years old, then you're probably going to get a little bit of settling with no matter what concealer you use. And the Maybelline concealer is €13 and the Morphe I think is €14, so very similar in price. We're going to move on to foundation now, and this is a foundation that I reviewed recently. So just a bit of background. As I've mentioned, I've got dry skin and I prefer a dewy, glowy, hydrated foundation on my dry skin. But there was one foundation that I just had to try. I had to get it out of my system, and it's the NYX Make and Wonder Soft Matte Foundation, because I'd had a really good experience with the Maybelline Lumi Matte. Now, I know this doesn't claim to be Lumi, but there was something drawing me to it, and boy, am I glad that I tried it. I'd say that this is a foundation that is not a flat matte. I'd say it's more of a soft focus finish, and it has a little bit of luminosity that I absolutely adore. And it literally looks like my face when I have powdered. And I love the fact that it doesn't have any problematic ingredients in there like denatured alcohol. It doesn't have any fragrance in there or essential oils. so good. Oh my gosh. And it's such a good shade match for me. I have a neutral olive undertone, by the way, and I have light to medium skin, but I always list all my details in the description box. This is the shade Natural, and this has a neutral undertone. As somebody pointed out in the comment section on my recent video, there is another shade that is called Natural, but it's called Natural Beige, but that has a cool undertone. So if you go to my dedicated review, I did swatch this next to some other of my foundation shades, and you might find that helpful. So here's the thing with this foundation. I feel like the best way to apply this is to just go in with a couple of little dots, and I'm going to blend this out with my BK Beauty. I think this is the A101. The names come off this for some reason, maybe because I use it so much. So the thing is with this is it does dry down really, really quickly. Well, not really, really quickly. No, I'm being dramatic there. But you know, it does have a quick dry down time. So you don't want to be messing around with it, dotted all over your face. I would advise you to just work in sections around the face. And this just gives the most beautiful, soft focus, natural finish. But if you've used hydrated and luminous products underneath, then it is going to come through with this foundation. Now, I will say that this is, in my opinion, a full coverage foundation. I'm not used to having or using a full coverage foundation. I don't really enjoy them very much. But this has been, I mean, you can see on my cheeks, the redness, and that's my rosacea. And my rosacea has been up and down. And you can see it here. This foundation gives me the coverage that I need on days when my rosacea is misbehaving. Now, the only thing I don't like is this squeezy tube. Oh, it's so annoying. And it's so messy, look. But yeah, this is how I like to apply it. And it lasts beautifully. There's no fragrance added to this. Yeah, I mean, NYX have really impressed me with this so much. Yeah, I'm so glad that I couldn't stop thinking about this because it's just one of my absolute favourite foundations. Now, I do think that if you have skin similar to me or it's on the drier side, by the way, I'm just going to try and cover my hyperpigmentation up here now so you can see the coverage. If you have similar skin to me, so if your skin is dry or dry leaning, you do need to proceed with caution, and that's why I did use a hydrating primer today. And you need to really be careful about how much you're applying of this, how you apply it, and also you just need to really assess your face and see if you have any real problematic areas, because if you do have, for example, a lot of dryness on your face, if you've got bits that are flaking, then this is probably going to cling onto any dry patches that you have. So I would say, well, to everybody really, because it has high coverage and because it isn't, you know, a super glowy hydrated foundation, you do need to proceed with caution. So I would just be mindful of that. If I was to pop this on my skin with just a moisturiser, I would probably run into trouble. And let me just tell you that this lasts forever. It will look the same after 12 hours as it does in the morning, because this will not budge off your face because it's transfer proof, it's water resistant. It's a fantastic foundation. Why are you choosing high-end foundations over this? I don't get it. We're moving on to bronzer now, and oh my goodness, I feel like I've waited a billion years to get my hands on this. I must be the last person to try this, am I? This is the L'Oreal Lumi Bronze Lipstick Soleil. So this retails for about €12. Now, I didn't get my hands on it because it has only just been released over here. But that kind of worked out good for me because I actually wanted to get the shade that was designed to be like a bronzer, so it was like a rosy type shade, but everybody said don't get that because it actually looks orange. So it was kind of handy that I had to wait for this. So I picked up the shade 110 Toasted Sunlight instead. So this is a light to medium shade. I love this so much. I love it. It's so beautifully creamy, but not too creamy, if that makes sense. So that's the shade 110 Toasted Sunlight. And it just blends so effortlessly and beautifully. So this is, I would say, a luminous type bronzer. So it's not glittery or sparkly, but it does have a little bit of luminosity in there. I'm going to take a BK Beauty A507 brush, and honestly, I'm just going to go straight in on the face because I feel like I can with this. So I'm just going to go here, and this is a very, very buildable bronzer. So you can honestly build this up to a really nice level and it's not going to look terrible. So I'm going to apply quite a bit of this because sometimes I feel like I put bronzer on and you can't actually see it on my face. So I'm just going to build it up, and I just love how blendable this is. Like, I don't have to work hard at all. So just tapping it in. And I just think that looks lovely and natural. And it's not too warm, it's not too dark, which I thought it would be. It is just perfect for light to medium skin tones like mine. Over here. And I did worry that this might emphasize some of my texture because it has that luminosity, but no, it doesn't at all. Is there any fragrance? It does have a little bit of a fragrance to it, but you literally have to go searching for it. Yeah, that smells like added fragrance. See how easy that is? I love this so much. I don't even know how much you get in this. Let me check. So I think this is 9 grams of product, which isn't too bad at all. And while I was having a look there, I did see the confirmation there that there is added fragrance in this. Now again, it's not terrible, but it's still there. So I'll just pop a little bit up here. Oh, I've done that a bit haphazardly, haven't I? But it literally just blends so beautifully. That's what I want in a cream bronzer. I want something that's going to be effortless. I don't want to have to work hard for it. So yeah, that is absolutely gorgeous and honestly worth the wait. And yes, if you are worried about the shades, from what I've read and what I've been told, avoid that rosy shade because it's quite orange, whereas I think this is just perfect natural bronzer and it just gives that beautiful level of warmth. Love this. This is a favorite for me. So good. So for blush, I have already featured this blush on the channel, but it was a different shade. So this is the Maybelline Cloudtopia Cheek and Lip Mousse. So these retail for about €13, and the first shade that I reviewed was this, which was Enchanted Mauve. Now, I love this shade. It's stunning. So nice. But there was one shade that I needed, and it was Toasted Sky. And here it is. So I'll swatch these two for you so that you can see them side by side. So if you are not familiar with these are a soft matte formula and they have a moussey kind of whipped texture. Now they're very similar to these, which are the Free Blurring Pudding Pots. These I absolutely adore. They're absolutely gorgeous. And these, they're just the same, honestly, they really are. They are very K-beauty inspired. So here is Toasted Sky and here is Enchanted Mauve. So, I mean, just because of the look we're going for today and because I need to use it, we're going for Toasted Sky. So I'm taking a BK Beauty 109 brush, and the way that I found best to apply these, honestly, is I just tap really lightly into the pot. And when I say lightly, I mean light. So just really, really lightly, and then just tap off the excess on the back of my hand. Do you know what? It doesn't matter if we go in heavy-handed because, well, I do with blush anyway, but we can fix it if I do. So just tapping that in. These are a fantastic release by Maybelline. because, I mean, I've never been impressed with Maybelline blushes. Never. It's the worst category for me for Maybelline. So I was delighted when I knew that I loved these. Just beautiful. It's a beautiful rosy colour. It's so nice. Now, these are great because just like the Fui, they are very, very blurring. And if you don't love a glowy cheek, which, you know, a lot of people don't like or find it a bit much, or if you have texture on your cheeks that you don't want emphasizing, these are amazing for that. They are a beautiful texture and I just adore them. Okay, I'm going to leave it there for a minute because I do want to add a little bit of highlight. Now, I'm not going to go crazy here because I have had to step back from highlight because of my textured cheeks. But we're going to pop some on today because there's been one I've been testing that I've been really enjoying. And this is from NYX. This is the Buttermelt Stix Glow Boosting Stick. So this is the shade 07, that's on Melt. And I think this is a rose gold shade. I think that's how it's described. So you can obviously go straight in on the cheek with this, but I'm not going to do that. It's just like a cream highlighter in stick form. So how I'm going to do this is I'm going to pop a little bit on and I'm going to try and avoid my rosacea pimples. I'm going to try anyway. So this retails for about €12. So I'm just taking some on my finger and it is so creamy and so emollient feeling. And I'm just going to tap. Remember, if you put highlighter over texture, then it is going to highlight it. But I just think this is so pretty. It's so pretty. And you can actually use this on the eyes as well. So just tapping. And you can absolutely tap it in with a brush as well. Now, got quite a bit of texture over here, but I still want to demo this for you. So pretty. NYX have not disappointed. They are on fire at the minute, aren't they? We're going to move on to the eyes now. So I have just popped a little bit of concealer and set that on my eyelids. Now, I have a couple of items that I would love to show you. So I have one eyeshadow from Essence and I have one eyeshadow from Catrice. And I've been loving both of these. So the first one is the Essence Cream Eyeshadow. So I have this in the shade Rose. And this is just so beautiful. Oh my gosh. Now, I've had this for a while now, and then I saw my friend Jen D Beauty. She was using one of these in a video, but she was actually using the shade Oyster, which so reminded me of the Charlotte Tilbury Oyster Pearl. So I have ordered that and I am going to be incorporating that into a video. So yeah, maybe we'll try and use this today. This is great. It's amazing for just a one and done eyeshadow. But this, this from Catrice, this is the Espresso Yourself Eyeshadow Quattro. This is in the shade Rosé Roast. But does that not look like Charlotte Tilbury to you? Oh my gosh, like the packaging, the mirror. Now, the shades are different to what you would find in a Charlotte Tilbury. So in here, you have a really beautiful matte. Can I tell you? It's so beautiful, so blendable, not dusty, just gorgeous. You have a matte, you have a metallic, you have what I can only describe as an eyeshadow topper down here. And then you have a cream dark eyeshadow. So I think we might use this palette. Oh, look at my fingerprints. That's not nice. So let me just swatch these for you. So obviously over here we have the cream eyeshadow, but we've got the metallic at the top, the matte, the topper, and the cream eyeshadow. And I know that these have been released in the US now. I might use some of the Essence Cream eyeshadow all over the lid. And then I might use a bit of the eyeshadow palette. Should we do that? Let's do that. I don't usually prep my eyelids when I go in with a cream shadow, but we've already prepped them now. So I'm going to go in with this shade Rose and I'm just going to take it over the lid. And it goes on nicely over the concealer anyway. It's just the perfect one and done. It really is. My nails are getting a bit long to be putting cream eyeshadow on with my finger. I'm just trying to look in the mirror here. And if you haven't already heard, my friend Clara over at Beauty is Ageless, she posted on her community page a repost from Essence in the US. Now, this is only US specific. I'm hoping it's for Europe as well. But Essence said that they will not be raising their prices in 2026. They are going to absorb the extra tariffs. I mean, wow, the fact that these products cost so little anyway. I think this is €4. Okay, let's go in with this eyeshadow palette now. I have to. So I'm going to take a BK Beauty 202 brush and I'm just going to tap into that matte and I'm just going to pop a little bit of that on. Let's just use everything we can. So this eyeshadow palette, I think it cost me €6. If you can believe that. And it's just so easy to blend. Now, again, I didn't see any other colour stories, but there may be. I just think Essence and Catrice just consistently keep their prices low and the quality of their products so high. And I'm glad that more and more people are discovering them and using them now. It just makes me so happy. Okay, I'm going to take a BK Beauty A502. It's just a little brush and I am going to pop a small bit of this cream shadow on because I actually have an eyeliner to use. I know, me, an eyeliner. I'd have thought it. So I want you to be able to see it. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of the cream shadow here. It's very easy to blend. I always find it really interesting when they put cream shadows into a palette. I think it's nice. It's nice to have those different textures in here. And, you know, that would probably, the cream shadow would probably make a really nice all over one and done if you like dark shadows. And I'm going to take a mixture of these two shades with a BK Beauty 209. I'm going to bring them under the lash line. I do want to use just a little bit of this topper because it's so gorgeous. And I'm just going to take a little bit on my pinky and I'm just going to pop it just in the inner corner there. It's so hard to do eyeshadow with when you've got nails. And I'm just going to pop just a little bit just in this center of my eye. Okay, I'm going to leave the eyeshadow there, but genuinely, if you were to purchase this and this, it would still only be €10. I know. Essence and Catrice, they're giving us great quality for such low prices. I appreciate them so much. Okay, we're sticking with the eyes and we are going in with, this is the Maybelline Sculpting Stix. It's a 2-in-1 eyeliner. So on one side, you have an eyeliner. So it's a twist up as well. So appreciated. Oh, this is in the shade Mocha Contour. So I'll just swatch this now. My hands are a bit glittery. Did you see me apply that then? How creamy it is. It's ridiculous. So it's kind of a deep brown. And then the other side, now I have been using this, so I've not washed it yet. This is an eyeliner brush. So it's a 2-in-1. And I think this retails for about, I think it's €10 approximately. And I can tell you that I've been using this and I've been loving it. Now, I'm not an eyeliner fan. I don't suit it. I can't do it, but I'm doing it today for you. And actually, I've been using this loads. I took it with me on a recent trip. It's so handy. It's so convenient. You've got an eyeliner, super creamy one, and you've got a brush as well. And they're both amazing. And they come in a fair few colours as well. I think they're all kind of earthy type colours. Now, the eyeliner is very, very creamy. So I don't think you would get yourself a really sharp wing with this if that's your cup of tea. But it's not my cup of tea. So it's good for me. I'm just looking into my Catrice mirror. And I'm just going to follow my lower lash line. And I'm just going to go quite minimally with this. And so you can, I mean, you don't have to use the brush, but you can use the brush to just kind of wing it out a bit or blend it or extend the wing. I mean, it's a fantastic product. It really is. I mean, if I can use it and I don't know what the heck I'm doing with eyeliner, you definitely can. Just bring it a bit on the lash line. This is always the easier eye for me. It's my other eye that's the issue. Yeah, for real. So yeah, if you were looking for just kind of a soft wing like that, It's great. It's always a bit of a struggle for me because I have deep set eyes and no skill. Yeah, more so than no skill. This is always my annoying eye because I think it's a little bit more deep set, and yeah, they're never going to be matching, put it that way. But just to extend. So yeah, I wasn't even going to get this product, but you know, sometimes I just take a little bit of a risk, which I did with the foundation and I did with this, and honestly, it paid off. And it's just so handy to be able to flick between the liner and the actual brush. And you can bring it under the lash line as well. So look, I'm definitely not a wing fan. I'm definitely not someone who's capable of producing equal wings or wings, but this is really, really good, and I've been really enjoying using it, and it lasts so well. Look, we're rubbing it, and it's not coming off, you see? So it's going to last you all day, and it does last all day. It honestly does. It's a fantastic product. So if you are like me, a bit incapable of doing wings, a little bit scared of them, give this a go. I think you'll really like it. It's a fantastic product. Great brush, great product, lasts all day, easy to use. If I can do it, you definitely can. Okay, so next up we have mascara. Now I've been trying a couple of new drugstore mascaras and high-end actually, but this one has definitely come out on top as one of my absolute favourites, and I thought I would hate it. This is the new one from L'Oreal. This is the Extensionist mascara. Now, I'm a big drugstore mascara fan. That's where it's at for me. I just think they do it better. But this one, I looked at it and thought, oh no, this is going to be a disaster, but it's really not. The only negative I would say about this mascara, apart from this skinny little wand, which I do fear will often poke me in the eye, but it's actually been fine, it's been fine, is the price. I think this cost me €17. That's very pricey for a mascara, isn't it? It's very pricey for the drugstore, actually. I tend to wipe off the excess. No, it's not bad at all, at all. It's not a super wet mascara, but I always think it's a good idea to get rid of any excess that is floating around. Just going to apply to the tips of the lashes first. Now, the one thing I've realized with this is it does actually dry down quite quickly, which I don't love, but this is a great lengthening mascara. Now, I think if you are looking for volume, then this isn't the one for you. I think this is definitely for people who are just looking for some length. Yeah, you need to work a little bit fast, but I just think this gives you a great everyday lash. So I definitely think this is a great mascara if you are looking for length, not volume. I think it does give really nice lift to the lashes. And the most amazing thing for me is that it's so easy to remove, and it also lasts beautifully. So it will not smudge or flake or transfer. I do think that you need to practice a little bit with the mascara because I do think it can be a tricky wand to use. But once you get the hang of it, it's really, really good. And yeah, I really like it. So again, it's not going to give you the most incredible volume, but it is going to give you a lovely amount of lift and length to the lashes. I have a few options on the lips today, so I just want to tell you that I finally got my hands on the Maybelline lipsticks. Finally, I've been wanting to get my hands on these for so long. So I picked up two shades. I picked up Upstate. They're both satin, by the way. Upstate and Maybe It's Soft. I don't like that name. I don't understand why they have to have these weird names. Like, don't be getting like NYX Maybelline. We don't want that. So this is Maybe It's Soft, and this is Upstate. Upstate is a little bit cooler, slightly cooler, maybe a little bit mauvier than Maybe It's Soft. So we are going to go in with Maybe It's Soft today. Now, I did want to mention that Maybelline have actually brought out a bunch of new lip liner shades in the Maybelline Lifter liners, and these are my absolute favorite lip liners ever. And it was my friend Laura, I will link her channel for you, she told me about these new shades and I had no idea. So yeah, I'm going to use those in a future video because I know I use these all the time. So I'm going to go in with the NYX Lip Lingerie Lip Stain Liner. So I'm only going to use a little bit of this. I I have never had much success with lip stains, but everybody told me that these new NYX liners are brilliant because I didn't like the Huda ones. So this retails for about 13 or 14 euros, and that's how the tip looks. So it's a very unusual kind of applicator, isn't it? But this has been a great success. Now, I don't use it as a stain all over the lips. I just use it to line. And this is in the shade Barely There. And it really is barely there. So can you see there it is there next to the two lipsticks. And what I like about this is you can actually blend it out. It doesn't dry down rapidly. Now, I do wish I'd have got maybe a deeper shade. I've had this for ages now, and I've not had any issues with it drying out. Now, I don't know whether it's the shade that I've got, but I don't feel like it's super long lasting. I know people report that it is, but I don't find it's the most long lasting on my lips. But I do want to try and pick up a deeper shade because I think that might be the issue. Now I'm going to go in with, maybe it's Soft, which is more of a nudie shade. I really like it. Now, I'm going to say that people did contact me when I spoke about these lipsticks, and they said to me that they didn't like the new Maybelline lipsticks and that they were really disappointed with them. And I'm really shocked because I think these are beautiful. And I don't know whether it's because they picked up the matte and I have the satin, but I cannot fault this formula. I really cannot. I think it's absolutely stunning. I wore this traveling the other day for hours and it was so comfortable, felt so hydrating. And yeah, I've no desire to pick up the matte formula, but this satin formula I think is absolutely beautiful. And these only retail for 12 euros. I think they're fantastic. I really do. I cannot fault them. I cannot. So yeah, that is Maybe It's Soft. I hate the name, but I really love the lipstick. And obviously it's satin. It's not going to be transfer proof, but I think it's beautiful. It looks a little bit deeper there, I think, because I've got the NYX liner on. So as you might be aware, I'm a huge fan of the Wet n Wild Soft Pink Powder, but people were coming to me and saying that you need to try the new Catrice Soft Pink Powder. So this is the Bright and Blur setting powder in soft pink. So I did just that. So this is definitely different to the Wet n Wild. This one is a lot more finely milled than the Wet n Wild. So this isn't going to give you a ton of coverage, but it's going to give you a really nice, well, it's going to set your skin really, really gently and softly. So this retails for about 6 euros, and I'm just taking an old Morphe brush, as I normally do. I don't like the packaging because it's all spilling out at me, but I just have to make sure I tap off. So I'm just going to go in over here and tap it in. I don't normally like super finely milled powders, like ridiculously finely milled like this, but actually this is really beautiful. Now again, it's not going to give you any coverage, and sometimes I do like to get a little bit of coverage from my powder. And I'm just going to go over kind of the T-zone, and I'm just going to tap in rather than swiping it. And can you see how that is just blurring my pores? Because I feel like that highlight did emphasize a lot of my pores, and we don't need that. Just tapping. It's really, really nice. And on the chin. And the nose. And that has just toned down everything just a little bit, hasn't it? But yeah, I think this is beautiful. It's blurring, it is brightening, it ticks the boxes of what it says it's going to do. Do I love it as much as my Wet n Wild? No, not really, but I still love it. I think it's so beautiful, and for £6, what are we doing? What are we doing paying these high-end prices when we have makeup like this? What are we doing? So I think that's it. That is all of the makeup that I want to share with you today. Honestly, there is more. There is actually more makeup that I want to share with you, but I physically only have one face. But that means I'll just have to do another video where I share more amazing drugstore makeup. So please do let me know, were you impressed by any of these products? Have you tried any? Do you have any on your wish list? Let me know everything down in the comments. Thank you so much for joining me for this video. I so appreciate you being here with me. I'm really looking forward to seeing you in the next video. But until then, take care and bye for now.